This message isn't for everyone. It's for you. Stop scrolling. Look at me. Listen to him. God isn't telling you to look for another job. He's saying, stop chasing doors I already closed. Stop running like I'm not your source. You've been sprinting through applications with a pounding heart, as if more hustle could buy you peace. Hear me. Heaven already hit send. Your provision is pending, not denied, not canceled, pending. In the Spirit, pending means initiated, approved, and in transit. It means your name is on it, your need is known, and the order has left the warehouse of heaven. It is not theory. It is not wishful thinking. It is a processed transaction awaiting delivery through the channel I choose, at the time I appoint, by the route I prepared. I know what your eyes see. Overdue notices, a thin account, a tight chest at 2 a.m., the stare into a half-empty fridge calculating meals and miracles. But I also know what your spirit knows. Somewhere above the swirl of bills and browsers, there is a stamp on your file that reads, approved. The screen of earth says insufficient. The system of heaven says in transit. Do not confuse visible waiting with invisible denial. So hear my contrarian command. Don't panic, don't scramble, don't job hunt like a beggar hunting crumbs. I am not funding your fear, I am fathering your faith. A job is a pipe, not the fountain. A contract is a channel, not the source. Heaven's economy doesn't operate by earthly logic. I don't move because you're anxious. I move because you're aligned. Your role is not frenzy. Your role is agreement. Panic jams the line. Peace keeps it open. Heaven has a system. There is timing. There are channels. I have couriers you cannot see. Favor, instruction, uncommon kindness, forgotten refunds, unlocked reimbursements, credits you didn't know you had, doors that open without interviews, ravens that carry meals to prophets, jars that don't run dry. When I say pending, I am telling you the freight is already labeled and en route. Don't sabotage the delivery by running to a dock I never assigned. Breathe. Exhale the tightness. Say it. My job is not my source. God is. Again, my provision is pending, not denied. Feel the relief begin to settle. That's not denial of responsibility. That's realignment of authority. You will move, but you will not flail. You will act, but not from fear. Today we move you from panic to clarity, from clarity to instruction, and from instruction to activation. I will teach you how to hold your posture, how to speak like heaven already approved it, and how to walk in a 3-day rhythm that trains your spirit to agree with me. For now, stand down the scramble. Stand up your spirit. Stop clicking apply out of terror. Start applying my word in obedience. When heaven hits send, your only assignment is alignment, and I have already hit send. Let me tell you why your heart keeps sprinting while your spirit is already seated. You are reading a spiritual delay through an earthly screen. You open the banking app and the numbers glare back, thin, unforgiving. Your chest tightens. The fridge door opens and cold light falls on nearly nothing. A carton with a sigh of milk, 2 eggs, a drawer of wilted plans. The rent due date circles your mind like a hawk. Children ask for shoes, field trips, lunch money, and you smile while your stomach drops. Your phone buzzes with bills, notifications like little sirens. Do. So you react. You scour job boards at 1 a.m., scatter applications like seeds thrown into a storm, rehearse answers for interviews that never call, and collapse into sleep that feels like drowning. You wake more tired, more pressured, more raw. Lack breeds fear. Fear breeds frantic effort. Frantic effort breeds exhaustion. Exhaustion breeds deeper lack. Work, worry, repeat. Hear me. Your panic isn't proof of danger. It's proof you're interpreting my process through earthly logic. You are trying to measure invisible timing with visible numbers. You are treating silence as absence when it is often strategy. What if the door that closed saved you? What if the no was a detour around destruction? What if the delay was me moving a person, aligning a calendar, untying a legal knot, softening a heart you don't even know yet? What if I am rearranging the map while you are frantically redrawing the route on a screen that can't see mountains? Panic is not wisdom. Panic is counterfeit control. Panic shoves you into the captain's chair and makes you your own provider, your own protector, your own God. Panic says, if I move faster, I can make this happen. Faith says, if I align deeper, God will do what he already initiated. When you bow to panic, you build Ishmael's solutions, nearby, immediate, costly. When you stand in peace, you watch Isaac promises arrive, appointed, effortless to receive, covenant kept. I am not asking you to be irresponsible. I am asking you to stop letting terror hold the steering wheel of your decisions. Let me reframe what you are watching. Pending is not a void, it is a process. Pending is my logistics, not your failure. Pending is angels dispatched, favor scheduled, channels opening behind curtains you can't lift. Pending is me saying, do not chase the next shiny door. Guard the door I already assigned. Treat pending as proof, and your behavior will change immediately. You will breathe before you click. You will ask before you act. You will listen before you lunge. Your tone toward money will soften. Your words will align with promise, not pressure. You will feed your children with peace while I feed your account with provision. So pause. Put your hand on your heart and hear mine. Do not translate a sacred timeline through a scared timeline. The earthly screen says wait, spin, scramble. My system says approved, routed, on time. When you agree with that, the spiral snaps. Peace returns, clarity speaks, and the next instruction becomes obvious. Now hear me. Stop chasing channels. A job is a pipe, not the fountain. Your job isn't your source, I am. Your boss isn't your provider, I am. HR emails, client retainers, contracts, benefits, overtime, tips. These are delivery routes, not the reservoir. Heaven is not a business, it's a kingdom. I do not consult the Tao to decide your dinner. I consult my covenant. This is why your frantic hunt exhausts you. You are begging pipes to become a spring. You scroll, you send, you plead with systems that don't love you, as if the channel could rewrite your destiny. When you sprint after every posting, every whisper of a wage, you preach a sermon to your own soul. If I move fast enough, I can save myself. That is unbelief dressed as diligence. That is fear wearing productivity's mask. I'm not funding that. I fund obedience. Not hustle, alignment, not desperation, instruction, not striving, trust with action. Hear the mercy in my no. I close doors to save you from cages with couches in them. Some offers look like relief, but taste like slavery. Some salaries are discounts on your destiny. I will shut what underwrites bondage, even when you call it breakthrough. Do not mourn a door that would have kept you under covenant level. Closed doors are sometimes the kindest checks you'll ever receive. Protection rarely feels like promotion in the moment, but later you call it testimony. When you push against my timing, you accept misaligned offers. You say yes to hours that steal your home. You agree to bosses that bruise your spirit. You trade peace for a paycheck and then ask me to bless the trade. I will keep you. I will cover you. But I will also correct you. Pause when I say pause. That pause is not a sentence. It is a strategy. It's staging. It's me clearing interference on the line so the right courier can find your address. Alignment looks like this. You ask before you act. You listen before you lunge. You do the last instruction, not the loudest fear. Sometimes I tell you to refine what you already have. Clean up the invoice, finish the unfinished, return the borrowed, forgive the name that locks your flow. Sometimes I tell you to rest because rest resets your receiver. Sometimes I tell you to send one message, not 100, to the one person I already primed. Obedience opens what ambition never will. Stop treating a job like a savior. Let the source be the source and watch channels multiply. Clients call back, back pay releases, refunds surface, a creative idea pays for itself. Favor finds you without an interview. Say it out loud. My job is not my source. God is. Again, heaven funds obedience, not anxiety. Hands off the doorknobs I closed, eyes on me. We will move, but by instruction, on time, through the pipe I choose, from the fountain that never runs dry. Listen, heaven's logistics department already stamped it approved. Your name is on the manifest. The seal is unbroken. It left the warehouse. It is on the truck, but the route is not listed on your app. There are highways in the spirit you cannot track with an earthly screen. Angels are moving. Calendars are shifting. Conversations are being queued at tables you don't sit at yet. Approvals are pending on systems that will show you complete only after I say now. Stop refreshing the wrong page. Behind curtains, I am coordinating more than your next bill. I am arranging favor with a person who doesn't even like your industry. I am surfacing your file on a desk at 4:57 p.m., right before they would have missed it for a week. I am nudging a supervisor to reopen a budget line. I am whispering your name into the memory of a client you thought you lost. I am redirecting a refund trapped in a bureaucracy. I am moving weather and traffic and appetite and timing so that what is yours arrives when you are home to receive it. You see nothing and think nothing is happening. I see everything and say, do not move. You mutter, maybe he forgot me. No, I am not forgetting you. I am positioning you. I won't have the package arrive at an address you're no longer at. I won't drop it on the porch of panic. I'm keeping you still long enough to match the coordinates of obedience. If I bend the map while you sprint in circles, you'll miss the handoff. So I'm settling your feet, quieting the noise, aligning your heart so when the courier knocks, you're present. Know the difference. Denial closes the file. Pending confirms a process. Denial says no. Pending says not through that door. Denial removes your name. Pending roots your name. The enemy exploits this phase because he cannot stop what I sent, so he tries to make you cancel it yourself. He pressures you into quick fixes that cost you covenant, predatory loans, misaligned jobs, agreements that sell your peace for pennies. Ishmael answers to Isaac problems. Panic solutions come with interest rates your soul cannot afford. Listen to me. You can sabotage a transfer by acting like it isn't coming. You change the delivery address with your confession. You step off the porch when you lunge at every door. You sign for counterfeits when you're tired of waiting for originals. Hold still, hold faith, hold address. How you behave in pending reveals who you believe you are. Beggars pace, refresh, grasp, apologize for existing and say, if I could just get anything. Heirs prepare, steward, set the table, clean the room, reconcile the ledger, finish the last instruction. Kings don't chase, they command. Sons don't beg, they receive and distribute. Which are you? Your posture answers before your mouth does. Say this with me. Pending is proof of process. I refuse to sabotage what heaven approved. I stay in peace. I stay at the address of obedience. I expect the knock, and when it comes, I will be ready. Now I deal with your name, not just your need. You've been living like a slave to a system, application after application, rejection after rejection, apologizing for breathing, lowering your price to be picked. You refresh inboxes like altars, waiting for a priest called HR to bless you. But hear me, I did not call you to beg the gates of man. I called you to stand at the gates of my kingdom as an heir, This is the shift, from worker mentality to air authority, from please notice me to I carry the seal of my Father. Your job isn't your source, I am. Heaven is not a business, it's a kingdom. Sons don't apply for positions, they inherit promises. Kings don't chase, they command. Heirs don't audition for access, they steward what's already theirs by covenant. When you wear a slave identity, you panic and grab anything. You sell your peace for a quick paycheck. You say yes to cages with couches because fear tells you, take it or lose everything. But when you know who you are, you move differently. Heirs listen, heirs wait, heirs obey, not lazy, not passive, precise, peace-led. You don't fill the silence with frantic motion, you fill it with attention to instruction. Understand this, identity decides behavior. If you believe you are at the mercy of systems, you will lunge at every offer, accept every rate, sign every binding yoke that promises fast relief. But if you believe you are under my covenant, you will pause, you will ask, you will discern timing, and you will choose assignments that match destiny. That's not arrogance, that's accuracy. Peace is not passivity, it is authority. Peace becomes your currency. In this economy, anxiety buys counterfeits. Peace purchases what is truly yours. When you guard your peace, you guard your pipeline. Look at the contrast and choose your posture. Beggar posture, chasing, refreshing, apologizing, settling, fearing. Heir posture, receiving, preparing, deciding, stewarding, trusting. Beggar language, if only, I'll take anything. I'm just lucky. Heir language, it is written. I am provided for. I move by instruction. Beggar rhythm, striving, spinning, second-guessing. Heir rhythm, strategy, stillness, supernatural synchronicity, not hustle, alignment, not grasping governance, not scarcity, sufficiency. I am saying to you now, retire the costume of the desperate, put on the mantle of the entrusted. Walk your house and speak like you live under a decree, not under a threat. Heirs speak differently because they believe differently. Your mouth is the steering wheel of your miracle. Stop narrating lack. Start agreeing with approval. Say this with me. I do not beg systems. I agree with heaven. I refuse panic purchases. I am funded by covenant. Peace is my currency. Instruction is my strategy. My provision is pending, and I will be found at the address of obedience. When you stand in heir authority, you won't need to kick down doors I didn't assign. Doors will recognize the seal you carry. Favor will treat you like family because you are. And your language, clean, aligned, unshaken, will pull tomorrow's provision into today's posture. This is the shift. Wear it, speak it, walk it. Now I deal with your mouth. Your mouth is the steering wheel of your miracle. Words create worlds. If you speak from panic, you will steer into panic. If you speak from promise, you will steer into provision. Your situation may be pending, but your confession can be final. Speak like heaven already approved it. Do not narrate the waiting room like it's a graveyard. Name it correctly. Approved, rooted, on time. Hear me call out and cancel the confessions that have been draining you. I'll never catch up. Nothing works for me. God must not be listening. It's always hard for me. I guess I'm just unlucky. These are not harmless sentences, they are contracts. They draft your atmosphere into agreement with lack. They invite counterfeit couriers and misdeliveries. Break them, renounce them, replace them. Not complaint, covenant, not feelings, faithful words. This is how you pivot. It is written. Treat Scripture like executable code, not inspirational wallpaper. When you say, it is written, you are not reciting poetry. You are authorizing performance. This is how the king fought in the wilderness. No opinions, no panic, just code. It is written, and creation still reads that code. So while your emotions shake, run the program. It is written, The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It is written, the young lions suffer want and hunger, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. It is written, my God shall supply all my need according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. It is written, before they call, I will answer. Let your tears fall if they must. Speak anyway. Feeling follows formation. Atmosphere obeys alignment. Say it out loud. My job is not my source. God is. Again, my job is not my source. God is. Now push further. I cancel panic. I agree with promise. I do not beg systems. I partner with heaven. Provision is pending and my confession is final. Peace is my currency. Instruction is my strategy. It is written and it will be manifested. Understand what happens when you talk like this. Angels respond to faith. Demons retreat from authority. Your own nervous system receives new orders. Your tongue sets the thermostat of your home. Complain and you cool your courage. Declare covenant and you heat the room for miracles. Speech is not superstition, it is spiritual law. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Choose life with your sentences. Set the delivery address with your decrees. Keep the porch light of peace on. And hear me. This is not magic without movement. Declarations are the ignition. Obedience is the drive. We will pair your words with steps, your faith with timing, your decree with a 3-day cadence that trains your spirit to stay in alignment. But tonight, begin here. Close the door on lack language. Open your mouth to covenant. Your provision is pending. Your mouth makes room. Speak like it's approved. Speak like you're an heir. Speak until your peace arrives before the payment, and watch how fast the courier finds you. Now I put receipts on the table, not theories, testified patterns. Hear me, instruction first, manifestation second. Look at Peter, all night, expert effort, empty nets, blistered hands, professional knowledge at maximum, nothing. Then Jesus steps into the boat and gives one sentence that offends logic. Launch out into the deep. Let down your nets for a catch. Luke 5. One instruction cut through a night of failure. Peter said, at your word, not at my feelings, not at my fatigue, at your word. He obeyed, and the nets bent with weight. The boats sank with blessing. Partners were summoned to help contain the overflow. Do you see it? The fish were pending at the moment of the word. The sea did not suddenly invent supply. Heaven reassigned it. Obedience aligned coordinates. Effort all night, empty. One instruction, overflow. Obedience produces what effort cannot. Consider Elijah. Famine in the land, scarcity everywhere. I said, go to the brook Cherith. I have commanded the ravens to feed you there. 1 Kings 17. Morning and evening, unlicensed caterers on a divine schedule. The channel was ridiculous, but the timing was exact. Elijah wasn't chasing crows, he was guarding coordinates. When the brook dried, I said, now Zarephath, I have commanded a widow there to sustain you. Commanded, past tense. Provision was pending in a heart Elijah hadn't met yet. Do you understand? The courier was unusual. The clock was mine. The location was specific. Blessing didn't follow hustle. It followed hearing. He wasn't funding panic. He was following a pin drop from heaven. Remember manna, wilderness, no farms, no markets. I rained bread like clockwork, Exodus 16. Daily, not hoardable. Gather what you need, double on the 6th, rest on the 7th. I wasn't just feeding mouths, I was retraining minds. Slavery thinking hordes, sonship trusts. Those who tried to stockpile outside my instruction found rot and worms. Those who followed cadence never lacked. Hear the code, provision pending with the due, released on schedule, accessed by obedience, spoiled by fear. Not business, kingdom. not luck. Law. Look at the widow's oil, 2 Kings 4. Debt collectors at the door, desperation in the house. The prophet asked, "What do you have?" "A little oil." Then instruction. Borrow vessels, not a few. Shut the door. Pour. She didn't start with surplus. She started with obedience. The oil flowed as long as there were vessels. It stopped when capacity stopped. Provision was pending inside a promise, waiting on containers and a closed door. Your vessels today look like this: a cleaned ledger, a finished invoice, a reconciled relationship, an applied for refund, a prepared proposal, an uncluttered schedule, a room for the courier called favor. Create capacity and watch the flow on her instruction. Do you see the pattern? Peter's nets, Elijah's ravens, manna on the ground, oil in the jars, instruction first, manifestation second, pending in the promise before proof in your sight. If I did it through birds, bread, boats, and borrowed bowls, I can do it through a text you didn't expect, an email at 4:57 p.m., a check released from a closed case, a refund found by a rep, a favor you could not negotiate, a sudden opening no resume could have earned. Say it. I move by instruction. I receive manifestation. My provision is pending, and I agree with heaven's coordinates. Stop striving, start obeying. The same God who filled nets, scheduled ravens, timed manna, and multiplied oil is rerouting supply to your address. Hold your peace. Guard your coordinates. Do what I say and watch what I sent arrive. So what do you do today? Hear me clearly. I am not telling you to quit responsibility. I am commanding you to quit desperation. Stop job hunting like a beggar. Start moving like an heir under instruction. The difference is not laziness versus labor. The difference is panic versus peace. Heaven doesn't fund anxiety. It funds obedience, not hustle, alignment. For the next 72 hours, I set a holy boundary over you. No impulsive applications, no doom-scrolling job boards at midnight, no mass "please consider me" messages, no cutting your rate just to get a bite, no jumping at anything with a paycheck attached. This is not punishment, it's a fast. I am resetting your receiver. I am breaking your treaty with terror. If I whisper to apply to one specific opportunity, do it. But if there is no word, you do not chase. You wait, you worship, you watch for coordinates. Replace the chase with alignment. Step 1, clean your atmosphere, turn off the noise. Lift worship in your home, 10 minutes, 15, 20, until your breath evens and your shoulders drop. Speak what is written. Invite peace to sit in your chair while you sit under my voice. You are not wasting time. You are opening the line. Step 2. Review your finances calmly with me. Open the ledger without shame. List what is due, what can be delayed, what must be honored now. Cancel what drains without assignment. Identify refunds to request, credits to reclaim, subscriptions to end, invoices to send. Order creates capacity. Peace-led math is spiritual warfare. This is stewardship, not fear. I am teaching your hands to manage what I am sending. Step 3. Ask for one instruction. 1, not 10, not a blitz. Lord, what is my move today? Whatever I highlight, obey precisely. A phone call to reconcile a relationship that blocks your flow. An email to one past client with a clear, honorable offer. A finished invoice that's been sitting in drafts. A seed to sow where I point, not where you're pressured. A skill update I've nudged you about for months. A simple portfolio refresh sent to a single gatekeeper whose name I bring to mind. Small obedience can unlock large supply. Doors recognize precision. Here is how you know the difference between spirit-led and fear-led action. Fear is loud, rushed, and hazy. It says, anything now, and your body tenses as you click. Spirit is clear, specific, and steady. It names who, what, and when, and peace stands beside the instruction, even if it stretches you. If your hands shake, pause. If your chest tightens, wait. Breathe. Ask again. I am not hiding. I am training. Set practical boundaries that protect your posture. Turn off job alerts for 3 days. Archive the newsletters that spike your anxiety. Tell your accountability partner, I am fasting panic. Ask me if I obeyed my one instruction. Replace the late-night scroll with declarations and stillness. Replace the morning scramble with worship and a single decisive step. If I tell you to apply to one role at 4:57 p.m., do it then. No earlier, no later. Precision is honor. This is how heirs move, not scattered, focused. You will handle what is in your hand today with excellence, while I route what is in my hand toward you. Clean the desk, send the invoice, make the call, correct the error, close the leak, open the room for favor, then be still. Let peace verify that you did what I asked. Say it out loud. For the next 72 hours, I stop chasing. I stop begging systems. I move by instruction. My job is not my source. God is. Your provision is pending. Your posture must match. In the next section, I will put a 3-day cadence in your mouth, morning and night declarations that seal this alignment. But today, begin the fast from fear. Take the one step I name and watch how quickly the courier finds a door that is finally quiet enough to knock. Here is the 3-day pending protocol. Hear me. This is not superstition, not a chant, not magic. This is covenant alignment with what I already said. For 3 days, morning and night, you will train your spirit to agree with heaven, because alignment accelerates arrival. Morning for 3 days. First, breathe. 3 slow inhales, 3 slow exhales. Tell your body, stand down, the king is speaking. Then say it out loud, steady and sure. Provision is pending, favor is pending, help is pending. My rent is pending, it is processing in heaven's system, and it will land in God's appointed channel. Now declare the code. It is written, I have been young and now am old. Yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. Psalm 37:25. It is written, the young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Psalm 34:10. It is written, my God shall supply all my need according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:19. It is written, it is the Lord who gives me power to get wealth, to establish his covenant. Deuteronomy 8:18. Say, my job is not my source. God is. Pending is proof of process. I hold my address in peace. Now visualize peace entering each bill, each inbox, each door. See the porch light of your heart on. Ask one question. What is my instruction today? Listen, write what I highlight. Then take one obedient step. Only what I say when I say. Precision is honor. Pace yourself like an heir, not a beggar. Night for 3 days. Sit with me for 10 minutes. Breathe again. Review the day without shame. Where you obeyed, give thanks. Where you hurried, repent and release. Then seal your address with declaration. Say, provision is processing. Favor is processing. Help is processing. My rent is processing. Angels are moving. My heart will not move off peace. It is written, I shall not want. It is written, I lack no good thing. It is written, my God supplies. It is written, he gives me power to get wealth. I cancel panic. I agree with promise. I sleep beloved and I wake funded by covenant. Lay down and let peace stand guard at your door. Through these 3 days, expect peace to show up first. Don't chase manifestations. Guard coordinates. As peace levels rise, watch for subtle alignments. A returned email, a reopened case, a refund released, a client remembering your name, a gatekeeper answering at 4:57 p.m. These are channels, not the fountain. Honor them without worshiping them. Make a public covenant now. Type, "My money is pending. My God is my source." You are not manipulating heaven. You are aligning with it. Keep your mouth on code, your feet on instruction, your heart at the address of peace. 3 days of agreement will do more than 30 days of scrambling. Begin now. Breathe, declare, visualize, obey. Pending is processing, and you will be found home when the knock arrives. Now learn heaven's order. Peace arrives before payments. Calm is often the first receipt. When I have already confirmed the transfer, I send peace ahead of the courier to clear your porch, settle your hands, and steady your breathing. You keep asking for numbers. I answer first with a nature. That unexplainable quiet in your chest. That's the stamp approved echoing in your spirit. Do not dismiss it, recognize it, honor it. When peace replaces panic, it's often because heaven already confirmed the transfer. Here are pending indicators you will begin to notice. Restored sleep, finally drifting off without negotiating with fear. Reduced urgency, no compulsion to refresh 10 screens every hour. Clarity for one next step, simple, specific, and doable without frenzy. Unexpected favor, a gentle yes where there used to be a closed door, a returned call at 4:57 p.m., a supervisor replying kindly, a policy bending toward mercy, reconnections, old clients resurfacing, a distant cousin remembering a conversation, a former colleague asking if you're available. Sudden ideas, clean, elegant solutions that arrive while you wash dishes or walk quietly, not loud schemes birthed in pressure. Soft alignments, a forgotten invoice is paid, a refund you didn't chase appears, a fee is waived, a delay turns into a better timeline. Your body will testify too. Shoulders lower, breath lengthens, appetite normalizes. Peace makes room because the package is on the street. Beware the counterfeits that rush in when peace rises. Last-minute fear offers that demand, sign now or lose everything. Manipulative employers who flatter your desperation but ignore your boundaries. Too good to be true shortcuts that require you to hide, lie, or violate your conscience. Opportunities that insist on immediate commitment but refuse clear terms. Fees to access guaranteed work. Agreements that taste like sand when you pray. Test them by peace and instruction. My peace may stretch you, but it will not suffocate you. It may challenge you, but it will not corrupt you. If it tramples honor, steals Sabbath, silences your spirit, or taxes your home with dread, it is not my courier. Decline with dignity. I will not starve you for saying no to slavery. Practice watchfulness without frenzy. Check your messages calmly, morning and afternoon, not every 5 minutes. Follow up on old invoices with honor, brief, clear, no begging. Review benefits and refunds. Call the number, ask the question, retrieve what is already yours. Reconcile where I point, text the apology, close the loop, clear the block. Tidy the desk, name the files. Prepare the room I will fill. Move slowly enough to sense me, quickly enough to honor me. Kings don't chase, kings steward, listen, and move when instructed. And when your mind tries to relapse into panic, do this. Pause, breathe, return to code. Say out loud, it is written, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. My provision is pending, I refuse to move off peace. Then ask for one instruction and do only that. Do not add steps I did not speak. Return to the 3-day cadence. Guard your coordinates. Peace is the porch light, and it means the courier is near. Say it now. I recognize peace as my first receipt. I move by instruction, not impulse. I am ready to receive what heaven already approved. Hear me now with finality. Heaven already processed it. Your money is pending. The stamp is on the file. The route is assigned. The courier is en route. Do not cancel what I approved by returning to the worship of worry. This message isn't for everyone. It's for you. You felt peace rise because the transfer was confirmed. Now the enemy will tempt you to run the moment you don't see numbers on a screen. Don't. Stand. Keep your porch light on. Keep your address in peace. Keep your mouth on code. Here is the test in the last mile of pending. Will you guard your coordinates, or will you let panic move you off the porch? Will you honor one instruction or drown in a dozen distractions? Will you chase systems or align with the kingdom? I am not asking for more noise. I am asking for steady obedience. If heaven approved it, don't let panic reverse it. Do not change the delivery address with your confession. Do not sign for counterfeits because your hands are shaking. Breathe. Return to code. Ask for the next step. Obey precisely. Peace is not passivity. It is power under command. Now seal it with your mouth. Say it out loud, strong and simple. I will not panic. I will obey. I will steward. I will receive. Again, I will not panic. I will obey. I will steward. I will receive. My job is not my source. God is. Pending is proof of process. I hold my address in peace. I move by instruction, not impulse. I am an heir, not a beggar. It is written, I shall not want. It is written, I lack no good thing. It is written, my God supplies all my need. I cancel fear. I keep covenant. I am ready to receive. Choose your side and make it permanent. Panic or obedience. Chasing or alignment. System or kingdom. Beggar or heir. Noise or instruction. Exhaustion or peace. You cannot straddle both. As for you, choose covenant. Choose stillness over scrambling. Choose declarations over complaints. Choose one obedient step over 100 terrified clicks. Your calm is not denial, it is dominion. Now make it public and let your faith sign for the package. Type in the comments, my money is pending, my God is my source. Share this with the one who is shaking right now. Become a courier of peace to their porch. Subscribe so your spirit stays in this cadence of truth, because consistency protects coordinates. Come under the sound of covenant until your reflex is obedience and your default is peace. I commission you now. Steward what is in your hand, speak what is written, stand where I placed you, and move only by instruction. Do not cancel what heaven approved. Do not sell your peace for speed. Watch the knock come to the door you kept holy. This is not luck. This is covenant. What I started, I will finish. What I approved, I will deliver. Hold your address. Keep the porch light on. Receive.